this video here, we're going to cover an apparatus for practice. So, if you've, excuse me, if you've been watching any of my videos, you see that whether it's Sui Jiao or whether it is Chongqi Taiji, there is form material, there is footwork or training type material like that, there are range of motion exercises, there are exercises to strengthen the body. If you're not doing the Chongqi Taiji for functional fitness, there's also learning it for application, just like the Sui Jiao. So we have a variety of apparatus, right? And those apparatus, go hand in hand with the exercises which you can consider calisthenics, whether they're isometric, isotonic, whatever. They're all bundled together into a group, and they're there to either improve upon something or enhance something that we're already doing with our body to be able to perform the movements better. Now, from a functional fitness aspect, we're not just looking at it from that regard, but we're also looking at it for our day-to-day life. So, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I used to do classes for Worlds, Gym First, and then Goals. And I used to teach Tai Chi, aerobic kickboxing, and a step class, like this stuff, and some other classes that Goals wanted to experiment with. And I saw one of these the other day in a thrift store, this one here by chance, and I thought, wow, this would be great for helping people that are having a hard time with their mobility. We're doing this was pure on exercise, very strenuous type class, and you could do that with ease now, but this is probably like I'm going to say it's probably the original design. You can still get these, they're like close to $100. I paid $5 for this one. Anyway, but you can find them online. I was looking at them online this morning with a student, and it's like you can get them through Dick's or Academy or Walmart or eBay or Amazon, anything like that. So what's so great about these? Well, the two big things that people tend to have an issue with when they're, it's not just, you're doing the Tai Chi. A lot of people are coming to Tai Chi to strengthen the legs and increase the balance, the mobility, the strength, all of those wonderful things. But I recently made some video content over stepping and turning and the potential of those things creating falls. One of them is not picking the feet up high enough as you're stepping through and going, especially going forward, going toe-heel instead of heel-toe, right? But it also, I have to get that foot up high enough by raising the knee. And if you're not, then you're potentially just dragging the foot across the ground. And the other is stepping across this kind of manner. It throws the weight of the gait, let's say the weight out past the feet, and it can make the person much more unstable and easy to fall. So this thing here will help with that. Now, this brand is really durable. So I'm really having to shove into that to get it to slide on this, on this pile floor. They're strong. You don't want to buy something like this that's cheap, you know what I mean? Cheaply made. And with these, you can get stacks. So like this is probably 4 inches or so, and you can get, where you go 4 or 8 or 12 inches. So you have a real high step. This would be fine, but if you could buy one to save money that potentially would have the list included into it, that would be better. So we're going to look at a few exercises with it first, and I'll kind of keep discussing it. But you don't have to do a 30, 40-minute workout regimen. Maybe you do this apparatus and do something else later in the day or what have you. But getting something like this 2-3 days a week is really good for you. Now, you could do this potentially every day. You spend 5 or 10 minutes doing it. But we're going to look at stepping up, stepping back, stepping up, stepping down, stepping up. So that's pretty basic. But if you've been having a hard time getting your feet up off the ground, or you don't feel stable when picking the foot up, that can be a challenge. Another exercise is being able to put the foot here and lift the foot, the back foot off the ground. Right? So I'm having to work to strengthen the muscles in the leg and the hip to try to draw me up. We do a set of 5 or 10, or maybe you're just watching TV or something, and you watch the news and you're practicing these things. Do that. But look, I'm not straight-legging this, right? The knee's bent, the hip is open, and I'm going to try to utilize these muscles to get that leg up. Now, I'm going to step up and turn. So I'm going to bring one foot out, 2 feet out, and then from here I'm going to step out and turn. So it's like I'm stepping across. If you're, I'm in my 50s, and this isn't hard for me. There are people in their 40s that this would be hard for them, based on maybe they've become obese, or maybe they have some kind of a degenerative disorder, or maybe hips, knees, back, core muscles, a variety of issues that could be going on with a person, or even someone younger. I would say most of these exercises, I'm 55. I'd say these are for 55 plus, but even 60, 65 plus, but the sooner you start working on this kind of stuff, the better, right? So 1, 2, I step across, I turn into a pivot. 1, 2, I step across, I turn into a pivot. Okay? Now, I'm going to step across, 1, 2. I'm going to step across, 1, 2. I'm going to step out. Turn. Now look, if you're already having some issues, I don't recommend doing this by yourself. Be sure that you have a family member or somebody, if you fell, that could help you. And there's nothing around me right here, but if you put this in a living room and there were knickknacks everywhere and coffee tables and stuff like that, you wouldn't want it. We want to move this out somewhere where if you did fall, you wouldn't fall on something. So, step out, step, and turn. Step up, step, and turn. Now, side to side. Again, you may go, that is so easy, I don't need to do that. And there's other people out there that would watch this and say, well, this could be a challenge for me. And you know what? We never know when we're going to be put in that situation. A person could easily be in a car wreck and have the hip damaged or the legs and, have no mobility for weeks, if not months, and then have to relearn to be able to functionally walk and do other things. And then across the diagonal. We're trying to mimic things that we would do in our day-to-day life. You go, well, I don't know if I walk in an angle. You probably do, and you're just not thinking you are. Again, a lot of the following takes place from not picking the feet up high enough, and when they do pick up the foot, they don't follow through with the heel to kick the foot forward. The foot gets caught underneath them, and they fall. Or something is over here, and they reach across and lean and in turn throw the weight out. Or they want something over here, and they reach across and they throw their weight over their feet, easy to fall. Okay? So by practicing these fundamental movements, they're very helpful. So if we look at it again, we've got just stepping up. And one of my problems with teaching people that have been, they're not using their we'll say their full range of motion, is that they haven't been engaging those certain muscles in a while. And in a lot of ways, this helps. You get it? You see how, like, if I really take the time, I can load those muscles. It's the same thing I'm talking about when I'm talking about doing the Taiji walking, right? I load the muscles and I drive, right? I load the muscles and I drive. But sometimes it's hard to feel that. With something like this way, I'm in essence adding some resistance. I have to be able to use those muscles more to get that leg up. Same thing this way. See? The coming down is harder on some people, especially on their knees. Stepping backwards is difficult for people. It's the same thing when we're doing the Tai Chi footwork. I want to step back. Okay? And look, when I go backwards, I don't try to go heel, toe, but I try to go toe, heel, toe, heel. If I go forward, it's heel, toe, Do this with this here. Forward, heel, toe. Backwards, toe, heel. Toe, heel. Stepping over. Another thing too, if you're not used to picking your foot up, or you're only moving it this far, or you're sliding it out, to have to step over something that's on the ground, maybe a little harder, right? This isn't overly wide, but it's wide, and this may be hard for you, a person at first. Let me do a step across. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. Well, you can use other things too. You don't necessarily have to have something like this, but they're cheap enough, and they have little rubber grommets on the bottom to keep it from sliding. The plastic itself is quite heavy duty, but again, this brand is called the Step, and if I remember right, this is the brand that we had at Gold's Gym when I worked there. That was like 20 years ago. We used to see stacks of them on the walls. It used to be very popular to do like a step class. And nothing wrong with that. And heck, that would be a great class to get people going again. It's great for the legs, it's great for the core, great for the cardio. But again, if you look at what I try to share as it relates to Tai Chi for application, Shang-Chi's Tai Chi for application, or Tai Chi for functional fitness, it's still the same thing. There's form content, there is the auxiliary training pieces that go along with it that help to increase mobility or strength and sense of exercises. There is some supplementation that you can do. I really highly recommend collagen at any age, especially if you're 50 plus. Creatine monohydrate, is an example. So it's not just, okay, we're going to do a Tai Chi class and that's going to fix everything. No, if you're you have strength or mobility issues, then we need to look at it from different perspectives to get the best out of it. It's just like the people who do just sway chow, right? Or they do the throwing artist sway chow. You've got to be strong enough. Your body has to be in the right shape, or you're going to hurt yourself, or you'll hurt somebody else. And sometimes you need a supplemental way in which to strengthen your hand grip, or to improve the overall flexibility in the leg, right? Or to strengthen my back more. And so you have to see it as a whole picture. And if you come to me for Tai Chi, or if you're learning Tai Chi and you're not doing, and you're just doing the form, or you're doing a couple of short forms and maybe a short sword form or a fan form or something like that, that's going to help. But you're leaving so much on the table when it comes to doing some functional exercises, using some forms of apparatus, exercises to drill down on the specific needs that you have, things to increase the overall flexibility and range of motion by a lot of people talk about fascia in Tai Chi, but they're trying to turn it into something else. They're going to control your fascia, so like, we'll say force is stored in the fascia, right? The muscles, everything is contracted. It'd be like a rat trap. And you pull the thing back, you put it on there like a spring, and it can pop, right? You think something like that to that effect. But you can also get knots, and the fascia gets stiff. If I've been walking like this for the last 4 or 5 years, and now I want to stretch this stuff out and strengthen my core, well, the fascia is going to keep trying to pull me down. I have to try to stretch it back out itself, right? And there's more than one kind of fascia. But anyway, so if we want to improve our overall health by itself, our overall health and our physical capacity to defend ourselves, then we have to look at these different attributes of it. And a lot of times that makes it much more interesting. I don't know, I think it makes people more interested in it, and they see more value. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Like I said, it's just an apparatus. You could make something like this. I don't know if it'd be any cheaper. I mean, I have some videos over some of the apparatus and then how to make them. But piece of plywood and a couple of 2x4s and some screws and a couple of indoor-outdoor carpets like that. Like the small one that are glued to the top of it. We could make one of these for, I don't know, $12. It'd be heavy. Something like this. It's still kind of heavy because the plastic is. But anyway, again, this is a great apparatus to help if you feel unstable or you have some concerns with falling. This will help, but you have to do it along with looking at posture, footwork, and all of the other things. But this is a great tool. So anyway, I hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching.